Welcome to the Growth Network and welcome to Teacher Tips number 3. We're starting out this week with the diagram again from Patrick Lencioni, and the head teacher this week in the story goes straight to the top and he fills in the top row, which is inattention to results. Now, this is the final of Lencioni's 5 dysfunctions, and what happens if the previous 4 are neglected. The point the head teacher is making to his team is that if they don't trust each other, they're never going to achieve the results they set for themselves. Now, this gives us some insight into the limited success of his previous 5 years. Perhaps the results he was aiming at in that time were not the results that everyone else was aiming at. And if you are reading or listening to this story, you might be part of a team like the one in the book, or you may be on your own. Either way, the 2 things we can learn from this are relevant to you. The question is success, and we're thinking about success both personally and professionally as our 2 teacher tips for this week. Now, in the previous episode, the team had completed an exercise about their attitude to school when they were at school and how this has influenced the way that they approach schools today. Now, the fact that they all came up with different answers is a good thing because the team is diverse, but if everyone has got a different idea of what they're doing, then they could get in each other's way, trust can be eroded, and in the end, we don't achieve the results we're looking for. So the head teacher now is beginning a process of identifying the results the team can share so that they can work towards them together. So for us, the question is, what is your measure of success? And as ever, we're thinking about that professionally and also personally. Now, the phrase the head teacher uses to address this question may seem a little puzzling. What would you do if you knew you would fail? As Anne says, it sounds a bit depressing, maybe defeatist, but we all know that we will never achieve perfection in what we're doing. And even if we do manage to get exactly what we're after, that's going to pass quickly. Therefore, knowing we will never manage to be the best at everything all the time, we have to ask ourselves what the best outcome could be. This is important for the cohesion of the communities we serve. It's also important for our job satisfaction, and in turn, that impacts on what we bring to work and how we show up to the people outside our work. If we are constantly dissatisfied because we're unable to achieve the goals that we set ourselves, it will show in stress, frustration, and disengagement. The real answer to the question, therefore, is to enjoy the process rather than just look forward to the hoped for end result. We may want our students to get great grades at the end of the course, but at the same time, we want them to enjoy the process of learning, whether they achieve the grade or not. As a school staff, do we enjoy the daily interactions with our students, our colleagues and parents, while still hoping that at the end of their time at school, students will go on to do the things they want to do and achieve the things we hope they will achieve? Can we enjoy the moment even if we suspect, or even if we know, our students are not going to achieve everything we hope that they would? In the chapter, the team discuss different outcomes, all of which are reasonable, but which may also contradict one another. And we can also ask ourselves about this. Does our definition of success at school and in general in life contradict with one another? A simple way to answer this question is to consider which of the following categories best suits your vision for life at work and outside of work. There's 5 different ideas here. 1, does your vision serve others and make a difference? 2nd, is your vision to create and contribute beauty or value? 3rd, do you want to achieve personal growth and mastery? 4th, what about love and nurture a family or close relationships? And 5th, find and share joy or experience life fully. You might find all of those attractive in different ways, but the question is, which are the things which are most significant to you, again, both personally and professionally? When you've decided on that, you then need to ask yourself what that looks like in practice. In the story, Juliet tries to support students through sport. Euston thinks of it in terms of academic achievement. For each of us, it's going to be different. Outside of work, you might want to put a great deal of energy into nurturing your family or your personal relationships. And that in turn begs the question about how those ideas interact with your ideas of success in work. Are they compatible? will you have to make some compromises in one area to be successful in the other? And if that means you'll have to make some things fail, it's worth remembering that what you do will make a difference, even if you can't do everything you want to do or help everyone you want to help. Having done this, however, you're going to have a clearer idea of what matters to you and where your priorities lie. It will not mean you have the same vision as everybody else, but it will mean that when you come into conflict with other people's values, as all healthy teams must, you will know what matters to you, not just ultimately, but today. The benefits in terms of your enjoyment of work and your levels of stress and your impact on other people might be very significant. So remember, enjoy the process, not just the outcome. And we'll see you again for another Teacher Tips.